Okay, here we are, Clark Auction, on an absolutely beautiful Monday morning, getting ready to preview our auction, which is this Sunday, June the 30th, starts at 10 a.m. Previews Thursday, Friday and Saturday prior from noon to 6 p.m. Okay, without further ado, we have a paella of merchandise, and this day we are loaded. Let's start with this. This is one of a pair of extremely heavy chrome and glass Ralph Lauren carts. These items here, this is part of an 11-piece from a local estate, Mountain Man by Horner oak set. Absolutely magnificent, museum quality. This is the china, can't look at the size of it. Carved unbelievably. We have 6 side chairs and 2 armchairs. We have absolutely lots of mid-century in this sale. Great mid-century, some of the best we've ever had. Starting off with a pair of these Werner Pantons, sort of like a Chesterfield style tufted chair. Beautifully comfortable, I sat in them. Then we have this Raymond Loewy, magnificent double-sided cabinet. All signed, all the inserts, nice to have. Over here, we don't know who this is, has sort of a Memphis feel to it, but it's a desk on stand. Look, this pulls out, this sits down, opens up. Great, beautiful condition, lacquered. All the drawers on the bottom. Don't know who it is. These are a pair of very large reproduction porcelain and gilt metal urns. Nice quality. Okay, before we move in the main room, as usual, we have a couple of Steinways in this sale. This Steinway is important because it belonged to a gentleman called Garrick Olaf Olsen, a famous pianist, so look him up. It's according to the people who come in, it plays very well. Before we go in the main room, we have this Chagrin beautiful one-drawer console by Holly Hunt, we believe. Okay, in the main room, as you look around, we are absolutely loaded. On the mid-century level, our contemporary level, we have this very heavy chrome table. Atop that, we have lighting. We have about 6 lots of canes from Bronxville Estate. Each lot has about 9 items in it, 9 canes. Check them out at clarkwithany.com. Now, if you're looking for Yadros, this is the spot. Not exactly my favorite things, but we have, it looks like they're breeding here. We have Yadros by the dozens, set in groups. Every group estimated like 300 to 500, but large groupings. We have Herond porcelain. We have Le Coulter clocks. We have some good collection of tea caddies in the sale. This is a steel clock. We have some nice mice in the sale, nice large grouping. This is a beautiful bronze bull by Barry, and it has the Barbadienne foundry mark, and we have Chelsea clocks in the background. More Yadros at the bottom. Look, Yadros, let's hope there's a big evacuation of Yadros after the sale. We have a very nice René Lalique glass vase. We have owls. Okay, we're gonna have to be flying here because we are loaded. Here we are, some of these tea caddies. These came from a Greenwich, quite a famous person in Greenwich. This is one lot, look at these. Exotic wood, Sheraton style. We have mid-century cabinets. We have mirrors. We have barometers. We have this wonderful unit here. I believe it's by Pace, like a polished steel here, with the wonderful cabinets at the bottom. If I can open them up. Yeah, typical, it won't open. Anyway, we'll move along. Here we have a Parzinger table. Came from Long Island, and with this table we have a set of these chairs we believe to be Parzinger also. And look, it opens now, good God. Okay, here we have a nice mid-century desk. 3-drawer, chrome legs, mid-century lighting. We have a nice sprinkling of American furniture, as well as some English furniture. Here's an English bow front chest, 19th century. Here, one of my favorite things in the sale are these 3 little hippos. Look at them. Hope they've got green cards, these guys. Anyway, they're nice, they're leather, they're nice original patina. Here we have another bow front chest. Here we have an American tall case clock by someone called Riley Whiting. Nice piece of Americana from a Rye estate where all the American furniture came from. Here from a local estate, a nice, I would call it a French provincial harvest table, but beautiful, beautiful patina on it. We have sideboards. We have this rather large looking mirror here, rather large mirror, sort of very Art Deco, wonderful with the ball, sort of nearly like a mid-century look to it. Here we have a chest on stand, American chest on stand, came from from the Rye estate. Queen Anne style, nice graduated drawers, nice original patina. French chairs, we have lots of cut glass chandeliers in the sale. We have some very nice rugs in the sale. Underneath the complete Mountain Man set here, which we're going to run past here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves. Leaves look like they're about 18 inches. We have the large server, griffins, lions, mountain men, carved like you wouldn't believe. We have the table with the winged ladies on it. We have the chairs, and over here we have the other sideboard. Below it, notice we have nice carmine carpet, antique carpet. Underneath this one, you can't see it, so that'll be good for the previews. We have a wonderful Kazakh carpet under there. When you come to preview, you better bring a worker to lift the furniture off it. Here we have a wonderful high back, wing armed, sort of a Chesterfield settee, nice size, as you like it. We have a Charles Ames, nice early chair, lounge chair and ottoman here. Over here, more Queen Anne style high boys, George Nelson, Italian cabinet, beautiful mid-century bench on top of this. More chandeliers as we're passing. We have Stickley Audi. We have a nice, this I believe is called a USM cabinet, nice with the yellow enamel, very useful. Mint in the back room. We'll have a quick look in here. Someone's picking up a piano, but in this back room, loads of mid-century. We got Herman Miller, we got Knoll chairs. We have this large chandelier already on wheels, so ready to pull out from any of you dealers that want that. This is a very interesting mid-century piece here with a nice sort of grated edge on it and nice patina. Back in the main room, we have Whitney over there with Phoenix. We have this fella hiding in here. Nice African sculpture, must have been keeping the heat off him. We have this wonderful American, probably 18th century cabinet here, 2-door over 1 drawer. We have another Steinway here. This why either a spinet or an upright, but everyone says they love the sound of this. Below this one, another piece that I really like is this inlaid marble and brass, heavy brass top table, sort of in the Gio-Ponti feel. We have L&J Stickley. We have more furniture over there. And the last but not least, in the center of the room, we have a wonderful Italian leather Chesterfield sofa. Great patina, oh, nice and comfortable, good size. We have this red lacquered table here by Holly Hunt. I believe it's called the Peso table. Over here we have Tommy Parzinger, a little brass and marble top table. Notice below all of these tables we have a very large, very finely woven Kashan. We have another Holly Hunt shagreen table here. Beautiful pair of mid-century, sort of with the, I would call it, composition back on it. We have this wonderful Vladimir Kagan chaise in wonderful condition. Look at the lines on that. I could hop down there and doze for a while. Then we have this table came from Maison Girard. I believe it's probably Gio-Ponti. It has a Gio-Ponti look, but you guys know better. We have nice Maitland Smith console. We have some African sculpture here. We have lots of Capodimonte. We have Lotz glass. We have Wedgwood. We have everything. So don't miss this sale. It's on Sunday at 10 a.m. We're looking forward to seeing you there for the previews, and I'm going to hand you over to our next appraiser. Thank you.
Hi, Will Schweller here to highlight some of the fine art lots in Clark Auction's June 30th sale. Starting with this oil on canvas laid to board by the important American modernist Alfred Marr. This painting comes from a Poughkeepsie collection and has a $10,000 to $15,000 estimate, and really showcases Marr's interest with color in a sort of European modernism, rare in American painting at the time. On this side of the case, we have an oil on canvas by the Hungarian-American painter Paul Fried. Fried's known for his female subjects, nudes, ballerinas, and fashionable Parisian women set in Parisian streetscapes. This oil, titled Maxine, has an $8,000 to $1,200 estimate and comes out of a Long Island collection. From a Greenwich private collection, we have 2 groupings of 4 photographs of New York City by the photographer Peter Arnell. Here's just 2 of the, I suppose, 8 photographs. And here on this wall, we have a really interesting painting by the American painter Irene Rice Pereira. Rice Pereira is one of the preeminent female abstract expressionists whose work was really strongly influenced by the Bauhaus and Russian constructivism. This work here, which is in oil on a sort of like textured glass really shows her interest in both like pure geometry as well as sort of a variety of mediums and really the physicality of the construction. This work has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate and comes out of a Mount Vernon collection. Popping to this wall here, we have an oil on canvas by the British painter Sidney Herbert, titled The Bed of the Anapus and Papyrus Reeds in Syracuse. This landscape shows a Victorian interest in the Mediterranean and its ties to classical history. This scene was the site of an ancient Greek battle and is in its own right a very striking and beautiful landscape. It has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate and comes out of a Long Island collection. Over here we have an oil on canvas by the Bay Area abstractionist Frank Lobdell. This work, dated from 1978, demonstrates a really heavy impasto. Comes from the same Poughkeepsie collection as the Moorer and also has a $10,000 to $15,000 estimate. Up here above this furniture from a Long Island collection, we have an oil on masonite by the Mexican abstractionist Leonardo Nierman, titled Mountain Wind. This work is trademark Nierman with its almost marbled application of paint and use of color that really draws from nature. Here we just really quickly have two more of the Peter Arnell New York scenes. And I'd like to point out this interesting oil on canvas, a Florida scene attributed to Frederick Edwin Church, thought to be Coral Gables. This work comes out of a Long Island collection and has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. I'd like to wrap up with this rather large, illegibly signed Hungarian school painting from the early 20th century. The work comes from a Long Island collection and has a $2,000 to $3,000 estimate, and as you can see is rather grand in size and scale. The work is signed in the lower right and dated, I believe, 1918, though the signature's been kind of difficult for me to make out. We have photographs on our website, and there are also some Hungarian gallery labels on the back of the work, which are also illustrated in our catalog. Also illustrated in our catalog is about 80 or 90 other lots of fine art, so please go to our website, www.clarkny.com, to check it out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the gallery. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Senko, and I'm going to walk you through our highlights for this Sunday's sale. Starting here, we have a Chi Bai Shi painting. This shrimp motif is something he was very well known for. He was a painter in the 20th century. He's extremely highly sought after in collections today. The shrimps and the crab motifs are both ways that he was able to connect with an audience that was not part of the literati. This was in the collection of Henry Lieberman and his wife Catherine, who were in Beijing in the 1940s covering the Chinese Civil War. Lieberman actually visited Chi Bai Shi at his studio in Beijing in 1948 and wrote an article about Chi Bai Shi, about his process, about how he priced things. And this article, pulled from the New York Times archive, describes at the very end the actual painting of this work. Describes how Chi Bai Shi painted these shrimps in swift, bold strokes, and at the end, his combination nurse secretary, her name is Xia Wen Chu, blotted the painting down and impressed a seal at the bottom, which conveys the artist's tender emotions on standing by a lily pond, is how Lieberman translated it. We have an inscription to Lieberman himself up here. This is Li Po Wen. It's a pun on Lieberman's name, but also is fitting for his stature as a New York Times editor. We find in his obituary as well that Li Po Wen is a name that was listed, that Chinese had given him while he was living there. The second Chi Bai Shi painting is a less common motif. The squirrel and grape is a known motif within Chinese traditional painting, but we find relatively few of them in Chi Bai Shi's oeuvre compared to the shrimps and the crabs. These were all commissioned by the square foot. Lieberman notes that for about $1.15, you could buy the crustaceans per square foot. It doubled for figures and doubled again for landscapes. So Lieberman had a very in-depth view of Chibaishi's process of monetizing his paintings. He also describes how he tried to pay Chibaishi $5 for the shrimp painting, which the artist refused, but which the secretary took for the children. Chibaishi had a lot of kids. The last painting from Lieberman's collection is this work by Chen Banding, who was a relatively well-known Chinese artist as well. He was known to work with Chibaishi in collaboration. This one is just by Chen Banding. You'll see the chrysanthemums here and an inscription that notes the date that it was painted. Also from Lieberman's collection, we have several pieces of his furniture, lots of things that he had custom ordered when he opened the Hong Kong New York Times Bureau in 1950s. So these all sat at his house in Hong Kong and then were brought back to the US when he returned here after the 60s, I believe. Moving on to a couple of Japanese pieces here. We have a beautiful print by Hasui Kawase. You'll find here, there's an inscription on the side printed, the artist's signature, the date, which I believe is 1926. And then down here in the corner where you can barely see it is the little 6mm Watanabe publisher's mark. Next to this, we have a couple of lovely pieces of Japanese sword paraphernalia. This is called a Kogatana, which literally means small katana. This is a knife that would be hidden in the scabbard of a katana. It has an inscription here which has been abraded and is mostly illegible. And then both of these would be handles for something, for a kogatana of this size. They're beautifully done. You'll see here the metalwork on the back. There's another inscription and these little tiger stripes that indicate that the artisan really knew what he was doing when he was working with this metal. It was very intentional. Finally, one of my favorite paintings is this hand scroll, which is signed Chopu. We have only one record of Chopu in a museum, in a collection, anywhere. And that is at the Guangzhou Provincial Museum, which has attributed that work to the Ming Dynasty master Qiu Ying. So here we'll see there's a frontispiece that is signed Ma Yuanfeng. And then as we get into the actual painting, we have these very delicate figures that are all depictions of Guanyin and the adventures that she went on, or that her disciples went on. Very finely painted. You'll see these typical thin lines that were used for figure painting at the time. You'll also see these very bright pigments, this malachite here, you've got lapis, that would have been fairly expensive for the artist to procure himself, which means that he probably was commissioned to do this by someone of high status. And you'll actually find in here a single male character who I would assume to be the patron who commissioned this work. And scrolling down to the end, and here we have our signature, which indicates that this painter was a part of the Wumen School of Painting in southern China during the Ming Dynasty. Now, this is just an attribution. We can hope that this is by Qiu Ying. And you'll find in this paper by Ellen Johnston Lang from the American Oriental Society, published in 1997, her citation that includes the mention of Chopu at the Guangzhou Provincial Art Museum. Moving on, over here in this case, we have a very rare form of Chinese costume. This is a Bannerman's costume. It's a ceremonial suit of armor. So you have these embroidered gold dragon roundels with these gilt brass buttons. Most of the buttons have lost their gilding and have a little bit of corrosion, but the buttons themselves are all still there. We have the shoulder pads here with brass mountings and incised dragon decoration, as well as these panels that button onto the costume itself. It also has the finial that would go with the helmet, which is a horsehair and fur finial, but we do not have the helmet. This is estimated at $5,000 to $7,000. In this case here, we have a lovely blue and white altar set. It has a Qianlong mark on the bottom, but would be of a later period. This was also from Lieberman's collection. Several beautiful pieces of Buddhist artwork here in bronze and brass. A Meiji figure of a lion that is signed on the underside, as well as a Meiji vase with irises. These embroideries are lovely. I would not be able to stretch them out and do them justice here, so take a look online. And then some cute little show form teapots here. In this corner, we have a print by Zhao Wuqi. The print is part of a book page, and when you take it out of the frame, you can unfold the page. It's in the original book page format with the inscription to the interior, and then you have the signature down here and the number. Finally, we have a large group of contemporary Japanese prints by Junichiro Sekino and Sugiyama, as well as Kiyoshi Saito. Most of these are grouped. You'll find them online at $400 to $600 each. That's going to be it for our highlights. There's plenty more online. Take a look, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Hi, and welcome to the auction preview of jewelry and silver for our June 30th auction. We'll start here from one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days. Is this late 19th century Elkington & Company candy dish or three-part bowl. Really beautiful shell form, and these are nice with the conch shell feet. If you just want to take a look there, and it's fully marked. Nice at $300 to $500. A pair of Durham American Sterling candelabra. Really nice design, similar to the style of George Jensen. These are in at $700 to $900. Little Lotes silver mounted or silver overlay vase, and this is the Phanomene. So if you take a look at this glass, really beautiful work there. Two-piece enamel decorated. One is a Vesta case and one is just a little enamel decorated box. But if you take a look at how the light plays into this enamel work, really, really beautiful. Both are English silver, $300 to $500 out of Araya Estate. Three-piece grouping of Christoffel. These are the polio vases. Silver plate, really beautiful, nice condition, mid-century from the 1950s, designed by Gio Ponti. Asian silver, this is by Zi Sung, about 70 troy ounces of silver. Miscellaneous grouping out of Greenwich. So we have two silver mounted horn cups, an English silver inkwell, and then this is a horn and silver plate cockatoo form inkwell, so his head flips open. So there you go. Grouping of frames, so they all are sterling. This is Tiffany, Italian, and this is Gian Maria Bucciolati, so really quite nice. These are all together at $400 to $600. Large grouping of a 800 silver Italian tea service, and this is by Peruzzi. This is slightly over 300 troy ounces, so there's a lot of silver here, and it's a beautiful service. So kind of these bulbous forms here with the scroll work and the engraving, really nice at $1,500 to $2,500. Couture, Salvatore Ferragamo, $300 to $500. Really beautiful condition. I don't think it was ever used. A bar service. So we have this bar service here, English silver mounted decanter, silver plate cocktail shaker. This is Baccarat. Really, this is my favorite piece in the lot. So Baccarat decanter, but if you just take a look at this stopper, beautiful Murano glass here. So really nice. Ice bucket. This is Asprey of London. We just have this. This is new. This is Ralph Lauren, but it's just a nice square mirror top frame. tray, and then these are 2 Christoffel trays. Moving on to the jewelry, we'll start here. This is some vintage couture. So this is Fendi, and this is Gripoy for Yves Saint Laurent. But if you take a look here, this is the Janus face, so kind of the trickster, and then on the opposite side is the Fendi logo, also the Fendi logo to the chain. A very large charm bracelet at $1,500. 2-piece fob set, so this is 14 karat gold, a really nice seal or rotating pendant here. One of my favorite lots in this sale is this 2-piece grouping of bracelets. One is 18 karat, so this is 18, this is 14, and rubies and diamonds. I think they look really nice together. Grouping of 2 pocket watches, both open face pocket watches. One is American and it is gold filled, and the other is 18 karat gold. So this is 18 karat gold with the 2 keys. We have some more Indian jewelry in this auction. So this is a 4-piece suite of kind of the Kudan Indian or Rajasthani style jewelry. And then this is more of an Indian or Pakistani grouping. This is Rubies and Peridot set in 22 karat gold. Another miscellaneous grouping out of the Pearl River, New York estate we've been working with for a while now. So we have 14 karat gold, we have amethyst, really nice, articulated tri-colored gold bracelet. And this is in the style of Cartier, so kind of the love look to it. And then this 18 karat gold enamel and diamonds, strawberry, really sweet. Moving on to some more jewelry. This is, I also really like this. So it's a large cocktail ring, but I think it looks great on. So the central opal with a surround of diamonds and sapphires at $500 to $700. Pair of platinum and diamond ear clips, kind of in the style of Van Cleef. So really beautiful. These were custom made for our consignor, and these are in at $3,000 to $5,000. And here we have a beautiful tourmaline, so antique ring, probably late 19th century. It was just recently repolished with new prongs, so it's all nice and clean and fresh for everyone. And this is in at $1,000 to $1,500 with a beautiful rose-cut diamond surround. One of the best groupings of Victorian morning jewelry I've seen to date. So this is banded agate. You can see the white surround here that signifies the banded agate. Central diamond, and they're all fully inscribed verso. So all of them have hair lockets. This is in memory of, again, inscribed verso. All of these inscriptions are available on our website, and they do have historical provenance. This was originally a necklace, so it was the full, you can see the remnants of the hair here. So this was the full woven hair necklace. But here's this with the verso and the inscription, and a beautiful pair of earrings with the seed pearl accents. 2 lots of jade in this auction. So we have this beautiful carved celadon jade pendant with bats on a 14 karat gold chain. Another grouping from the same estate is this jade enamel and 14 karat gold bracelet and a sweet little jade brooch. Moving on to some deco jewelry. We have this deco bar pin with the diamonds, so really quite nice. Will look great against black, really pretty, stands out. This is in at $400 to $600. Another antique English grouping, all from the same estate, these English items. So this is 9 karat gold, but a beautiful locket. These are very in right now. So articulated bracelet with the sweet little heart form locket. Miscellaneous grouping, so I love these little groupings that I find places. If anyone knows what these are specifically for, let me know, because I'm not so sure. I'm assuming they're buttons. This is 18 karat gold beaded necklace. There are some condition issues to the beads, but it's a nice necklace. This is a little sweet, not in the original box. Seal fob, I'm sure this is smoky quartz, and then there is an engraving here. And then out of these, this is where the interest lies. So these are just little charms. So we have a little seal fob. This is a little 18 karat gold Ganesh with enamel decoration, a little compass. But what's really cool is this coin here. So unfortunately it is pierced, but this is an East India Company coin. So don't see those very often. So that's one grouping at $300 to $500. Moving on to this grouping of rings. So we have 5 cocktail rings, really nice, just fun, really nice rings for the summer. I particularly like this one, all together at $700 to $900. Enamel decorated in 14 karat gold. So we have this hinged bracelet, and this is by Martine. We've sold pieces of hers prior, and then a little snake coil form ring. So those two together at $600 to $900. Another deco grouping, so we have this little floral form deco stick pin, and then one of these deco filigree rings. So really nice size of the diamonds, and these two are together at $400 to $600. 18 karat Italian gold. So again, a hinged bracelet with these diamond separators. And then here we have an 18 karat gold suite. So originally these were pendants, but the bracelet was a little bit large for the consignor, so she made them into earrings. So 18 karat gold, turquoise, and diamonds. 14 karat gold bangle with the amethyst and the diamonds. So really quite nice at $300 to $500. And then moving on to one of the stars of this sale is this really wonderful 5 1/4 karat emerald cut diamond. So it is out of the setting at the moment because we sent it to GIA. So I sent that myself, came back G color VS1 clarity, absolutely stunning, really a beautiful ring. If anyone wants more photographs or videos, please contact me. And it does come with the platinum setting that is flanked by tapered baguettes. All information is available online. It was accompanied originally by this band, so a little platinum eternity band with the straight baguettes. Moving on to another interesting grouping in this sale. So we have these 2 individual earrings that are by Julius Cohen, the world-renowned jeweler. This was consigned by a family member of his, and each come with their own individual GIA identification and origin reports. One was unable to be identified for the country of origin, and the second was Cambodia. But really interesting, one of these earrings was made by Julius Cohen when he worked for Oscar Hyman. The other was made when he worked for Harry Winston. One was originally a tie tack and then was converted into earrings for his mother. So really interesting historical provenance for a world-renowned jeweler. Let's see, moving on to this diamond and platinum Revere necklace. I mean, what can you say? These are stunning. Beautifully articulated, nice size of the diamonds, somewhere between 9 and 10 carats for this piece. And this is estimated at $8,000 to $12,000. 14 karat gold heavy bracelet, so really nice. These are so in right now, these heavy gold bracelets. Everyone's wearing them, statement pieces. Beautiful in this sale, I believe at $600 to $900. Another interesting piece from the same estate in Rye is this Fob Pendant. So it does come with this little written provenance. Kind of difficult to read. We tried our best. If you'd like the inscription, please contact me. So this was given in friendship to someone, which is what the inscription says. But a really nice piece in good condition on a 9 karat gold fob. Gil Albert ring. I'm just going to slip this onto my finger because it's hard to see what it looks like. So this is 18 karat gold with a little cluster of diamonds. Really a more contemporary piece. Looks kind of neat on, and I quite like it. Estimated at $300 to $500. 3-piece suite here. So we have a 9 karat gold hinged bracelet with rubies. This is 15 karat gold, kind of a bypass bracelet with pearls and turquoise, and then a little sweet ring with the diamonds and sapphires. So those channel set sapphires, all together at $500 to $700. I was wearing this, really nice. It's about 1.6 carats, the center stone. So an older cut. It's probably SI2, I1 for clarity. So there are some clarity characteristics, but it's still a beautiful ring. Look at its sparkle. We have a 14 karat gold, quite long chain. So it's quadrupled up here, but nice and long. So this will be in for the summer if you wanted to put, or you can double it. Another bypass ring. So this is continental gold, 18 karat with the diamond terminals, enamel decorated, black enamel decoration to these panels. David Yurman, 18 karat gold with the rib design and the diamond accents to each side. This is in at $800 to $1,200. 3 DuPont lighters. So all of the serial numbers are available online. 2-piece suite, again out of Rye. So we have a 9 karat gold English Vesta case, and then this little, I believe it's 14 karat gold travel pencil with the nice finial here. Indian silver with diamond inlay to each link. So they're not great diamonds, but it does have quite a look to it. So kind of nice at $400 to $600. Another diamond in this auction. So we have this 1.98 round brilliant cut diamond. So this is J color VS1 clarity. Could easily be set in an engagement ring, really quite nice. Miscellaneous grouping, I like these. We've got banded agate marbles. We've got a Tiffany whistle. Just some cool stuff. This is old, this scent bottle, missing the stopper, but hand painted. This is a Heuer yacht timer. And then this beautiful micro beaded bag. I mean, there's some condition issues, but just look at the detail to this. I love these things. All together at $400 to $600. And we'll wrap it up with some Ilias Launis pieces. So these are 2 individual lots. So we have this gilt and sodalite ring. Put it on there for you to see what it looks like. So really nice with the bicolor gold and vermeil, and this is in at $400 to $600. And then this Launis necklace, so kind of a waterfall to this pendant here. Really nice. And then if we could just run back here for one moment, I'm sorry. This is a Peridot silver plate tray with the wood handles. I would imagine that this is when he was in Mexico working alongside Spratling, or after he was heavily influenced by his work. This is in at $300 to $500. And last but not least, these are all silver plate or just a silver metal, but these are great on a fireplace mantle of all the various heights and sizes. Really nice at $300 to $500. And there's a lot of other decorative lots in this auction of Ralph Lauren, etc., but really nice contemporary pieces. But we hope to see you on June 30th, and have a nice day.